Hey, it's Jonathan. I'm back with Express Success number 3. So if you didn't watch the intro, number 1, which is the iBuyer, number 2, which is the seller, go back and watch those first. I mean, it really doesn't matter, but probably helps. I don't know. I didn't really put them in any order, so you can do what you want. But we're on number 3, Express Offers, the tool. So the way that I personally look at Express Offers is a tool in my toolbox as a listing agent. It's just one of many things that I can use when I go on an appointment. For me, because I work off market and off market, I may have more options than you, but generally you as an agent have a couple options going out, and your real end goal and your best kind of money maker is going to be a traditional listing. So if they want market value, but they're interested in getting the express offer first, you know it's going to come in low. So you do the product, you do the whole thing, you document it with the photos, and then you kind of already know what's going to happen. But during that time, what you're doing is you're building the relationship. So everything is a tool for your toolbox as a listing agent. Express Offers is one of those things. And it's also something that you can present and that they're not interested in. But then what they know is that you're not just, one thing. You're not there just to get a listing. You have something else that you'll make less money at, but it may help them. You have to remember that. That's a great thing for a seller to hear, that you're willing to do something for them that you would make less money than a listing. And you're actually going to do something that's going to get them a quicker cash offer that can close as quick as they want. I mean, that seems nice. So remember, maybe your end game is a listing. That's fine. That's going to get you paid more. You're going to be at least at 2.5% on your side of that sale, and for this, you're going to negotiate. Sometimes maybe you can get higher because you're only doing one side and you can get 3% maybe, but it really depends what you want to do. But you have to use all the tools in your toolbox when you're there. And the best tool of all of them is getting as much information about the seller as possible. So you use it as a tool to try to figure out their motivation. Like I talked about in the last one, number 2, the seller, everything is about what is the seller's motivation. That tells you how interested they're going to be in the cash deal that you're trying to get. But when you use the tool, when you talk about express offers and you talk about things like quick cash offer, no inspections, no showings, you're seeing how they react. If they react favorably to that, you know that that's something obviously that they're going to be more interested in. That part of their motivation may be not really wanting to expose themselves to the market and have people walk through their homes and looking through their medicine cabinets. So the way that you present express offers versus a traditional listing or other options, if you're someone who does off market like me, you're again just trying to gauge motivation. So then when you say, hey, I can get you a deal, they can close in 10 days, and the people say, no, well, we've lived here for 30 years, we need like months to pack, then you start backtracking. First you say, oh, okay, well, a lot of the iBuyers are happy to close on your timeline. And then but then when you say, and they're going to give you a cash offer, but I have to tell you up front that a lot of their cash offers are going to be at least 70% of your value, because they're investors. They want to make money. Like, that's how it is. So when you bring up price and they balk and they say, well, no, this house is special, it should be market value, then you go right into your listing pitch. So you can never go to an appointment just thinking you're doing an express offers appointment. You always have to have the listing presentation in your hand as well. For me, as you probably tell with these videos, I don't write anything down. I was a trial attorney for 10 years, so I just go off the cuff. But you have to be able to do that when you're modifying your presentation and you're doing express offers, and then they start going into market value, and then market value, you go right into your listing presentation. And then when they say, oh, no, I definitely don't want open houses because of COVID, I don't want people in the house, then you start dialing back to express offers. Oh, okay, well, I just wanted to remind you that even though you're going to get a smaller offer, it's going to be all cash. They're going to close quick. They don't do a ton of inspections. They basically do an appraisal, and you don't ever have to show it. So I know that you want market value, but to get market value, you need to clean this place up. You need to fix that. You need to fix the roof. That's how you're going to get market value. So if you don't want market value, maybe there is something in a discount where you don't have to do anything. You just sell the property to them, say yes or no, and then you can just take off when you're ready, and they're probably fine with that. So you have to remember that it's a tool. I mean, everything in real estate is a tool. It's just how you use it. But if you only go into a meeting with one tool in your toolbox and they don't want it, what are you going to do? You know, you can't come and they need you to hammer in a nail and you have a screwdriver. I mean, I guess you could use the back with a screwdriver, but that doesn't look good. So you have to go between all of the options that you have. If in your state they allow pocket listings, that's an option where you're going to line up a buyer for them before and then sign the agreement at the end. That's like a third system. But generally, most of you are going to be dealing with express offers in one hand, listing in the other. And a lot of you, rightfully so, are going to want to get that listing. But just remember something. When you could get more doing iBuyer, and you could get another transaction. So remember, if they have checked yes in terms of they'll list back with you, you're going to get, maybe you give it to them for 2% because it's an easy deal. You barely have to do anything. And then you get 1.5% on the listing. That's 3.5% already. That's a traditional listing. And you basically did none of the work except a little bit work on a flipped listing instead of a dirty listing. So it's a tool. Think of it that way, and think of every single time that you go into a listing presentation or any contact with a seller, whether you meet one out, that express offers is just a tool in your toolbox. All right, I'll be back with number 4, the best way to use express offers next time. Thanks, guys.